Hello there. It's only when you know the danger that practically you can protect yourself. Now that is a fact. Coronavirus disease or COVID-19 is a threat to humankind, so take precaution. In order to defeat the pandemic, we must all do our part to protect ourselves and others from being infected with COVID-19. In Zambia, the coronavirus situation has come at a time when the country has been struggling on many fronts to improve the livelihoods of the people, especially the poor and vulnerable. In 2019, the country was hit by drought in southern, western parts of Lusaka, central and eastern provinces, which plunged many households into hunger. As if that was not enough, 2020 started on a gleam note for the northern half of the country, which was affected by floods and in turn affected their crops, leaving many households with no food. Before communities could recover from these calamities, COVID-19 hit and is already beginning to stretch their ability to recover from these natural calamities. In the past, countries such as Zambia would have cried out for help to the international community, but alas, this time, every country seems to be on their own as the pandemic has had a global impact and everyone is fighting the disease and using their resources to serve their citizens.
The church needs to prepare for the worst-case scenario and be ready to support its foot soldiers in the hospitals.
The church has risen to the occasion and is supplementing government efforts to minimize the impact of COVID-19 on vulnerable communities.
Inspired by the love and mercy of God, our aim is to help the sick, bless the dying, and feed the hungry. Many people, especially those living in the villages and periphery urban areas, will need to be fed and helped to economically recover other pandemics.
Caritas Zambia strongly believes that the suffering of the poor and most vulnerable in society can be mitigated by sharing whatever resources are among communities. Those who have more can help those who have less. As an institution of the Zambia Conference of Catholic Bishops, dedicated for the social ministry of the Catholic Church, Caritas Zambia has since launched a robust publicity campaign to promote a COVID-19 response fund set up by the Conference of Bishops in line with the guidelines provided by the Holy See under the COVID-19 task force.
In an account called ZEC Lenten Fund, account number 0251000936. This fund, at this juncture, will mainly be used to prevent the spread of the disease in Zambia.
Caritas Zambia has also, on behalf of the conference, continued to lobby for various cooperating partners to come on board and support the vulnerable in society. Using its various online media platforms through visual and audio messaging, infographics and IEC materials, Caritas Zambia has continued to produce sensitization materials on COVID-19 awareness and urging all Catholics and people of goodwill to continue to support the cause.
At this moment, may I invite our partners, S&S Company Limited, representing the company, Mr. Chela, is going to say just a few words.
It's quite humbling to see that the church's intervention is this direct into the needs and welfare of our people. For us, it's an inspiration and a motivation to even see if we can do more. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This has resulted in various entities coming on board, donating various medical, non-medical and food items. This has enabled Caritas Zambia reach out to the many vulnerable communities that have adversely been affected by the pandemic.
I'm Sister Kay O'Neill. I am the manager here at ZCCB Special School. And this morning we have received this food and sanitizers to help our children who are now in their homes. Usually we give them breakfast and lunch, but because we are closed due to the virus, they are now in their homes, and when they were leaving, they were saying, what's going to happen, where are we going to get food from? So it was a concern for us that they wouldn't have food while their school was closed. So we are delighted to receive this food today, so that we know that and are assured that they will have 2 meals at least at home.
The interventions will also support the church programs that not only look after the sick and terminally ill, but also the elderly people, people living with mental and physical disabilities, orphanages, and generally the poor in society.
My name is Sister Judith. I'm head of the home, Cheshire Home. We are looking after homeless elderly people. Some of them, they are lucky, they are even, one is 95. Last year was even baptized. He asked himself to be baptized. Well, most of them, they are very weak. We are grateful, very grateful for help which we received through Catholic Secretariat. We are grateful to all the donors, because alone we cannot achieve what we want to achieve.
Catholic Church in Zambia runs 59 health facilities situated in all the 10 provinces. Out of these, 22 are hospitals and 37 are rural health centers. These have been facing a number of challenges such as inadequate financial resources, materials, and drugs during this situation of COVID-19. These institutions also need to be prepared to offer essential frontline services to people who may contract the disease. It will enable frontline staff carry out their role with much ease and help them operate effectively by acquiring necessary tools to carry out their job.
On behalf of our all mission institution, at the moment we are seeing a number of, we are seeing a lot of numbers of patients that are coming into our institutions. They are running away from Lusaka or Kabwe going to our institution. The numbers have gone up at the moment because of they are running away from coronavirus. So with this donation, I think you have helped us, although you knew what we needed in our institutions. Because instead of having few patients admitted, we have now a large number of patients that are admitted. So at least we have seen that you have given us the meal, the relish, the beans there, the cooking oil, and other stuff and cleaning materials. We are very sure that our patients will be attended to nicely, and also our staff will be protected, because coronavirus does not just choose whether to be just in Lusaka. This time it is everywhere.
During a crisis like this one, it is contributions from everyone that will help us to work together to overcome the COVID-19 pandemic. Apart from the healthcare facilities, the Catholic Church in Zambia has old people's homes, orphanages, and a number of hospices that need help and support.
And let us show mercy to those who are most vulnerable in our society. For only in this way we will build a new world. Therefore, through the intercession of Mary, our Mother, the health of the sick, we pray that the Lord will bless the efforts of C&S Investment Limited and your friends too. And also Mary, the help of Christians, who also bless the like-minded people who would want to come up and support the efforts, whether the efforts of the government and the efforts of the church, which they're making to reach out to the most vulnerable of our society.